Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are back with more. Well, I'm so used to saying more because of the series I do, but again, more rambling, I guess we could say for myself. The system is broken. I mean, that's clear to see. So many things are interlocked, but we're unable to fix those we see as egregious because they're interlocked with other things. Right now, one of the biggest issues going on is the genocide in Gaza. And there are protests. People trying to emphasize their voice. And you have people pushing back or even trying to get them arrested. I've seen multiple videos about, you know, people lying just to try to get protesters arrested, in trouble somehow. And you wonder why Black Lives Matter said, yeah, there were agitators, because I have no doubt there was. But even putting that to the side, these protests, you can tell the students are being as peaceful as they can. But we've got outside agitators just disrupting everything. But anyway, the other thing we need to pay attention to with these protests, look where the defamation is coming from. Big money lobbying groups. The Anti-Defamation League, APAC, all these groups. They're like, they're basically sitting here. No, they want violence. They want to see Israel dead. No. That's not what I see when I see the protests. They keep proclaiming, oh, it's monstrous. Oh, they want evil. Oh. No. Where? 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 But these groups have access and money that gives them an unrivaled pull when it comes to government, when it comes to public reaction. Even with all we see, these people are able, still making it difficult to go, yeah, Israel needs to stop, because they're helping push a narrative. Even though a great majority of us see it's not the true narrative. But this links in with something else. The money, the access. It's how corporations and the rich are able to tip the scales in their favor. And yes, money is just an agreed upon form of payment that is legal in all cases. It only has as much power as the people are willing to give it. If everybody just decided one day, go, nope, no more, I don't accept it, it loses its value tremendously. And those people who have all that money and access lose their power. But unfortunately, it hurts the small guy too. Because honestly, they're just trying to get by. But they're being strangled by low wages and high costs, which the rich use to get richer. But you think, well, maybe we can do the lobbying to help ourselves. Unfortunately, we live in a society of two political parties. Yes, there are others, but only two are really recognized. Out of the most populous first world democracy, we have two fully recognized political parties. Two! And the truth is, they more or less are the same sides of one coin. Because in the end, both parties serve the rich and the powerful. Because they have the money to do what? Labor or lobby in their favor. And so, the little man's voice is shrunk in protests. The little man's ability to survive is restrained and thus becomes no real threat to the forces of power and capitalism. I mean, honestly, it's that money and access that has given birth to the modern day Supreme Court, because people like Leonard Leo, he did what he could to help push certain justices with certain ideologies to get on the court. Him and the Heritage Foundation. It's despicable. It really is. And I've tried to point this out. We're back in a Gilded Age. This is worse inequality than the original Gilded Age. Some things are better. We have certain things that are realizing, yeah, this should not be a thing, although many Republicans are trying to turn it back. They want to cut back on child labor laws. It's like, I think the age of labor should be back down here to about 12, 14. uh, motherfucker. You know why we've had child labor laws to begin with, you dumb shit? You don't care, because you're getting your goddamn money from those with what? Money and access. There needs to be an organized people's flank. Honestly. Things that work in favor of the people with its own stockpile of money and access. It's just able to set the ground roots and start something like that is what's so difficult. You about have to have rich people rebel against their own kind. Franklin D. Roosevelt was from a very powerful, rich family in New York, the Roosevelts. But what did he do? He put in a lot of work to help the average American. And it ended up changing the country for the better. He so much so he became president. This country revolutionized and industrialized to an amazing point. But again, the greedy with money and access have cut down regulations. They've cut down any help and protection to the little man because they believe all money should go to them. And it shouldn't. It really should not be that way. So again, we've got all these things interlinked. Money and access being a huge, huge link in the chain. And I hear an owl hooting outside. You can hear woo hoo, woo hoo. But yeah. It's crazy that we're right back in the late 1800s into the early 1900s. And we need revolutionary figures again. Because the greedy just don't care about human lives. I would like to see a complete and utter change. Like I said, I would like to see an organization with strong foundational roots so that it just can't be pulled out. That helps form a web, a net to catch people, to help all Americans. No American should have to suffer because they don't have the money. All Americans' voices need to be heard. And it's not going to be something easy to do. God, I would love to see it done. I just need to sit down and really hash this out. But this is something on my mind. I've been thinking about something that needs hashed out, planned out, set forth, organized. Seriously. Anyway, I wanted to talk with y'all about that. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.